Take it easy.
What's the guy's name on first base?
What's the guy's name on second base?
I am not asking you who's on second.
Who's on first?
I don't know.
Lou Costello, remembered by millions as one half of the iconic comedy duo Abbott and Costello, was more than a master of laughter. Behind the on-screen antics and the frantic energy that captivated audiences, Lou carried private sorrows and quiet resilience. He was a devoted father, a loving husband, and a man shaped by both triumph and tragedy. While history remembers his humor, it often overlooks the depth of his humanity, the moments of tenderness, the silent grief, and the sacrifices that made him extraordinary beyond the stage. Lou's daughter, Chris Costello, now shares the stories behind the laughs, revealing a man whose heart and life were as complex as the comedy he perfected. This is the story of the human being behind the legend, of joy intertwined with heartbreak, and of a legacy built not only on laughter, but love, compassion, and resilience. Early life and formative years. Born on March 6, 1906, in Paterson, New Jersey, Lou Costello grew up as the spirited son of Helen Reggie and Sebastiano Castillo. Early on, he demonstrated a natural ability to bring joy to those around him. A talented athlete and boxer, Lou also discovered the power of humor in easing life's difficulties. Before fame, he experimented with timing and wit, learning to turn ordinary moments into laughter for family, neighbors, and teachers. Initially known as Leo King, Lou's quick mind and physical comedy would lay the foundation for a career that would touch generations. His childhood was a blend of curiosity, charm, and determination, establishing early patterns of work ethic and creativity. It was during these years that Lou honed the skills that would define him: timing, instinct, and the capacity to connect with others through humor. Even as a boy, he understood the joy that laughter could bring, planting seeds that would later grow into a legendary career. Meeting Bud Abbott and the birth of a legendary duo. In the early 1930s, Lou Costello's life took a decisive turn when he met Bud Abbott, a meeting that would shape the landscape of American comedy for generations. From the very beginning, their chemistry was undeniable. Lou brought an excitable, everyman energy that was both infectious and relatable, while Bud offered a calm, authoritative presence that anchored their routines. Their contrasting personalities created a perfect balance, blending chaos with control in a way that felt effortless to audiences, but was painstakingly crafted behind the scenes. On the vaudeville circuit, they spent countless hours rehearsing, refining sketches, and learning to anticipate each other's moves. Every pause, every misstep, and every punchline was honed until it resonated perfectly, demonstrating not just talent, but a deep mutual respect and understanding. Lou's natural spontaneity, paired with Bud's disciplined timing, formed a dynamic that was innovative, engaging, and timeless. Despite the excitement of rising success, Lou remained grounded, leaning on the values of hard work, integrity, and family instilled during his youth. Early challenges and mutual trust. Even as the partnership flourished, Lou and Bud faced the subtle challenges that come with creative collaboration. Differing opinions on performance style, humor, and timing sometimes led to debates, but these were never about ego. They were about striving for the best possible comedy. Lou's warmth and spontaneity complemented Bud's structure, but each had to learn patience, communication, and compromise. This combination of trust and discipline became the backbone of their act, allowing them to take creative risks while maintaining harmony. Behind every perfectly timed gag was a foundation of collaboration and accountability. Lou often credited Bud for teaching him how to channel his energy without losing control, while Bud relied on Lou to infuse performances with life and unpredictability. This symbiotic relationship not only strengthened their routines, but also set a standard for professional partnerships in the entertainment world. The lessons they learned together about respect, loyalty, and teamwork were as important as any line or routine they performed on stage, rising fame on radio. By 1940, Abbott and Costello's talent had caught the attention of radio producers, and they made their national radio debut. Lou's animated personality came alive through the airwaves, reaching millions of homes across the country. Radio offered a new platform to expand their comedy, and Lou's ability to translate physical humor into vocal performance showcased his versatility. Audiences laughed uproariously at his timing, inflection, and the chaos he could generate through voice alone. The partnership thrived in this medium, and it wasn't long before Hollywood came calling. Despite the rapid rise to fame, Lou remained committed to staying grounded. He valued family, home life, and personal integrity over the allure of celebrity. Radio fame introduced him to a wider audience, but he never let it define him. Behind the microphone, he remained thoughtful and deliberate, balancing the demands of a growing public persona with the quiet priorities of his private life. Hollywood and the big screen. Following their radio success, Abbott and Costello transitioned seamlessly into film. Movies such as Buck Privates and Hold That Ghost cemented their place in American entertainment. Lou's energy, physical comedy, and impeccable timing translated perfectly to the screen, allowing audiences to experience his humor in an entirely new dimension. Perhaps their most enduring work, the Who's on First Sketch, became an iconic example of comedic precision and creativity, eventually earning recognition in the Baseball Hall of Fame. Lou's ability to combine wordplay, rhythm, and expressive gestures elevated their routines beyond simple jokes, making comedy an art form accessible to all. Yet even amid Hollywood success, Lou's focus never wavered from the importance of family and personal life. Fame became a tool to reach hearts and minds, not a measure of self-worth. In the midst of growing recognition, he maintained humility and dedication, qualities that made him relatable and loved by audiences far beyond his comic performances. The man behind the public persona. Though Lou was celebrated on stage and screen, those who knew him intimately saw a different side. Offstage, Lou was introspective, thoughtful, and deeply devoted to his family. Chris Costello recalls evenings when Lou would sit quietly, reading newspapers or listening to the radio, fully disengaged from performance. He understood the importance of separating public life from private life, allowing himself moments of stillness and connection. At home, Lou prioritized values such as respect, responsibility, and integrity, guiding his children through life with both warmth and firmness. Married to Ann Battler in 1934, Lou skillfully balanced the demands of fame with hands-on parenting, caring for his children while remaining attentive to his wife and mother. This quiet devotion formed the foundation of his personal life, ensuring that his energy on stage did not overshadow the love and attention he gave to those closest to him. His family life was as carefully nurtured as his career, reflecting a man who valued human connection above applause. Dedication to family. Lou's devotion to family was evident in his daily interactions and long-term commitments. He maintained a strong presence in the lives of his children, emphasizing the importance of character, diligence, and humility. Chris remembers how Lou balanced encouragement with accountability, teaching lessons through example rather than mere instruction. He made time for shared activities, bedtime stories, and attentive listening, cultivating an environment of warmth and support. While his public persona thrived on energy and humor, his private life was built on calm, care, and consistency. Lou believed that grounding his children in love and values was as significant as any professional achievement, ensuring that their upbringing reflected integrity and empathy. This approach underscored his belief that true success encompassed more than fame. It included nurturing meaningful relationships and maintaining a strong moral compass. Tragedy strikes. The loss of Lou Jr. In 1943, Lou faced a personal tragedy that would leave an indelible mark on his life. His 1-year-old son, Lou Jr., tragically drowned in the family pool. The loss was devastating, and yet Lou demonstrated extraordinary courage and professionalism. On the day of the accident, he went ahead with a scheduled radio broadcast, dedicating the show to his son. His performance, delivered with precision and grace despite immense grief, revealed the depth of his strength and resilience. While the world witnessed the comedian, his family understood the profound sorrow he carried. The loss changed the rhythm of family life and shaped Lou's future decisions, reinforcing his commitment to balancing public demands with private priorities. It was a defining moment that highlighted both his humanity and his dedication to perseverance. Balancing fame with personal values. Throughout his career, Lou remained intentional about separating public success from private life. He maintained a presence in his children's lives, attending school events, sharing meals, and providing emotional support. Lou's fame brought wealth and recognition, but he prioritized grounding his family in love, guidance, and consistency. This balance between public performance and personal responsibility exemplifies his commitment to integrity. Lou's approach illustrates that true fulfillment involves nurturing relationships and values alongside professional accomplishments, reinforcing the idea that personal connections provide the deepest and most enduring satisfaction. Resilience in the face of loss. The loss of Lou Jr. and other personal challenges shaped Lou's approach to life, instilling resilience and emotional depth. Chris recalls that her father's grief was always present, but tempered by a determination to provide stability and love for his remaining family. Lou's ability to continue performing while processing private sorrow demonstrates a profound strength of character. This resilience became a defining element of his legacy, teaching lessons of perseverance, dedication, and the capacity to transform adversity into purpose. Lasting legacy. Lou Costello's impact extends beyond laughter. His work with Bud Abbott transformed American comedy, leaving a cultural imprint that endures. The Lou Costello Jr. Youth Foundation continues to provide opportunities and joy for children, embodying his belief in using personal success for the benefit of others. Through his performances, his family, and his charitable efforts, Lou's legacy reflects both professional brilliance and personal integrity. His story reminds us that true achievement encompasses both skill and humanity. Lou Costello's life is a testament to humor, resilience, and the enduring power of love and dedication to family, parenting, and home. Lou's approach to fatherhood was disciplined but compassionate. Chris and her siblings recall a home environment where lessons of character mattered above all else. He expected politeness, responsibility, and diligence from his children, teaching them to navigate life with integrity. Small moments, like enforcing chores or lessons in accountability, reflected his commitment to shaping strong, resilient individuals. While he had the freedom to indulge in fame, Lou chose to create a home where values and love were paramount. His actions demonstrated a careful balance, public energy channeled into performance, private calm reserved for nurturing family bonds. This intentional separation of identities allowed him to recharge, emphasizing that even the most public lives require moments of quiet reflection, grounding, and care for loved ones. Lou's home became both sanctuary and classroom, teaching by presence rather than by spectacle. Tragedy strikes. The loss of Lou Jr. In 1943, Lou faced unimaginable heartbreak. His 1-year-old son, Lou Jr., accidentally drowned in the family pool. The tragedy occurred shortly before Lou was scheduled to return to radio after recovering from illness. Despite overwhelming grief, Lou chose to perform, dedicating the show to his son. His professionalism and courage in that moment reflected an extraordinary strength, but it also marked a turning point in his life. From that day forward, Lou carried a private sorrow that no performance could erase. The public saw the comedian, yet his family witnessed the enduring grief of a father whose heart had been fractured. This loss shaped Lou's subsequent choices. motivating him to prioritize family, create meaningful legacies, and channel personal pain into acts of compassion and service for others. Coping through work and charity. Following the tragedy, Liu immersed himself in his work, perhaps as a means of coping. Comedy became both an escape and a platform for resilience. He also established the Lou Costello Jr. Youth Foundation, transforming personal grief into communal benefit. The foundation provided recreational opportunities for underprivileged children, embodying Lou's belief in using success to uplift others. Through these efforts, he created a lasting legacy beyond entertainment, showing that humor and kindness could coexist even amid profound personal sorrow. Lou's ability to convert grief into action reflected a deep understanding of human resilience, illustrating that meaningful engagement with others can serve as a source of healing. This work became a bridge between personal loss and public purpose, allowing him to honor his son's memory while sustaining his own emotional well-being. Balancing fame and family. Throughout his career, Liu maintained a careful equilibrium between public success and private life. Fame brought attention, money, and accolades, but also the risk of personal disconnection. Liu consciously prioritized his family, ensuring that his children felt loved, supported, and grounded despite his demanding schedule. He provided both financial stability and emotional presence, attending school events, sharing meals, and engaging in daily routines. These efforts demonstrated his commitment to being present in ways beyond mere performance. By distinguishing between the persona the world adored and the father his children needed, Liu cultivated an enduring family foundation. This intentional separation reflects a timeless lesson. True fulfillment often arises from nurturing relationships and values, even amid extraordinary public achievement. Personal loss and its enduring shadow. The drowning of Liu Jr. cast a long shadow over the Costello family, shaping the emotional landscape of Liu's later life. His wife, Anne, described losing not just their child, but the carefree husband she once knew. Liu's subsequent grief was private and profound, altering the way he engaged with family and work. Chris later recalled how this early loss influenced the family dynamic, creating an undercurrent of melancholy even amid happiness and laughter. While he continued to perform, Liu's humor carried traces of sorrow, a subtle reminder of the life he had endured. This blend of joy and grief reflected a broader human truth, that laughter and sorrow often coexist, and that resilience is measured by the ability to continue giving joy even in the presence of private pain. Continuing legacy through family. Despite tragedy, Liu's devotion to his family remained unwavering. He nurtured his daughters with care, attending their milestones and encouraging growth, even as personal grief lingered. Chris's recollections emphasize the quiet, profound ways Liu expressed love: bedtime stories, school support, and shared hobbies. His example instilled values that endured across generations, ensuring that the Costello family remained connected to his vision of integrity, kindness, and resilience. Liu's influence extended beyond entertainment, shaping a culture of care and dedication within his household. By modeling the interplay of humor, humility, and responsibility, he left a legacy of emotional strength and love that persists in his descendants' lives. Lessons from a life of humor and humanity. Liu Costello's life demonstrates that joy and sorrow often coexist. He mastered laughter as both a craft and a gift, yet remained deeply human, vulnerable to the losses and challenges that define us all. His ability to balance public performance with private care, to channel grief into compassion, and to remain devoted despite tragedy provides enduring lessons. Beyond the stage, Liu exemplified empathy, responsibility, and resilience. His daughter Chris ensures that audiences and descendants alike understand that Liu's brilliance was inseparable from his humanity. Through reflection on his life, we are reminded that even those who bring light to others must navigate darkness themselves, and that the measure of a life well lived includes love, kindness, and perseverance, alongside success. Enduring influence. Across generations, Lou Costello's legacy continues to resonate. His routines, particularly with Bud Abbott, remain timeless examples of comedy's power to connect, entertain, and transcend generations. The Youth Foundation he established reflects a personal commitment to nurturing joy and opportunity, demonstrating the broader impact of his values. For fans and family alike, Lou represents more than entertainment. He embodies resilience, empathy, and dedication. His story is a reminder that behind every performance is a human being, navigating life's joys and hardships with courage and compassion. Through laughter, kindness, and enduring love, Lou Costello's spirit lives on, inspiring generations to find joy, care for others, and persevere even through loss. Conclusion. Lou Costello's life was a tapestry of joy, grief, love, and resilience. From his early days in Patterson to his rise with Bud Abbott, his story blends humor with humanity. Behind the laughter, Lou endured profound personal losses, most notably the drowning of his son Lou Jr., and later his own untimely death at 52. Yet he transformed sorrow into compassion, dedicating himself to family and community while leaving a timeless mark on entertainment. Chris Costello's reflections illuminate the man behind the comedian, revealing a legacy grounded not only in laughter, but in love, kindness, and perseverance. Lou Costello's life reminds us that even amid heartbreak, the human spirit can create enduring joy that transcends generations.